มหาพิวาทาพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธสหัสสานิวีสติอริยมรรคะวีสติสามัญญพละเอกานิพพานะคิปาพิญญาโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เทิงโยโวอานันทมยาธัมโมจะวินโยจะเทสิโตปัญญตโตโสโวมะมะจะเยนะสัทธาโยโวอานันทมยาธัมโมจะวินโยจะเทสิโตปัญญตโตโสโวมะมะจะเยนะสัทธาโยโวอานันทมยาธัมโมจะวินโยจะเทสิโตปัญญตโตโสโวมะมะจะเยนะสัทธาพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธสหัสสานิคือปรมัตถานุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิสมณโคตมะปัญญาธิกะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาภิวาทาปรมัตถานุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิปัญญาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาปารมี20อสงไขยกำไรแสนกับทรงพบปรมัตถานุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ512,028ปัญญาธิกะพุทธะโดยเสียงกล่าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาอภิวาทาปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิสัทธาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาปารมี40อสงไขยกำไรแสนกับทรงพบปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ1,24,055ศรัทธาธิกะพุทธะด้วยเสียงกล่าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาอภิวาทาปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิวิริยาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาปารมี80อสงไขยกำไรแสนกับทรงพบปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ2,48,109วิริยาธิกะพุทธะด้วยเสียงกล่าวครับนมัสการพุทธจตุปริสาซึ่งเป็นอริยบุคละในเขตปุญญะแห่งพุทธศาสนาสุปฏิปันโนสุปฏิปันโนสุปฏิปันโนนมัสการไอเย
วิสติอริยมรรค
นมัสการไอเย
วิสติสามัญญพลาน
มัสการไอเย
เอกานิบานะคิปะปิญญาณโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เทิน
สาธุสาธุสาธุนาวุติอุปาณิธิพันธานะโมทามิอนุโมทนา everyone watching right now ป้ากัญญาพงศ์สังคมิตาDr. Sanop and Aye Metawi and people watching from Facebook as well Anumotana everybody so last time on Thursday Aye Metawi joined the discussion the Dhamma revision yes and you asked about Jakku Vinyana Rupa right can you review
yes.
can you review your question? Can you say it again, please?
I saw a Dharma class in Thai where I was so Ben you talk about the Chakku Vinyana can become Chakku Vinyana Rupa. It's a Rupa. It's not a Nama actually, and I don't understand that part.
Sure. Okay, so we understand. So just to recap for everyone who just joined in, so the question was regarding Jakku Vinyana Rupa, right? Because from our history of Sikhatama, we always heard about Jakku Vinyana
It's a
Citta.
citta.
It's originally a Citta, and now recently, Ajahn Sushad mentioned that Jakku Vinyana at some point does become Jakku Vinyana Rupa. It becomes Rupa. And how does this work? How does it affect our lives and the
How it's actually work.
yeah and the mechanics of how Jakku Vinyana Citta transforms into Jakku Vinyana Rupa. So let's discuss that right now. And by the way, everyone, today we're going to try out something different because usually
We use the slide, like PowerPoint slide.
yeah, but since recently we've been pretty busy and honestly, we didn't really have time to prepare actual slides to teach, but we did prepare in our minds.
Yeah.
It's just that I
It's
think
in our mind, but it's quite we didn't really have time to transfer it into the PowerPoint form.
so. I thought we'd just
Yeah,
be
just-
more spontaneous this
Yeah.
time and just teach with whatever that comes up from our mind. Okay, so let's bring up this topic of Jakku Vinyana Rupa. It's okay, you can stay put. So let's say Jakku Vinyana Rupa, right? But actually there are 5. Not only Jakku, you have Sota Vinyana Rupa, Kana Vinyana Rupa, Shuha Vinyana Rupa, and Kaya. Talk, put it in. Can you
Yes,
all
yes.
see the screen that I'm writing right now? Vinyana Rupa. So. Brand new program, never use this program. I'm just this is pronounced Vinyana Rupa, right? So this is what we want to discover what it is and how it works and how is it related to Vinyana Citta, Jaku Vinyana Citta. So let's break it down first. You know, when you Sikha Abhidhamma, right? And you encounter new terminologies, it is helpful to break the terminology into smaller parts. Break it down in Yana. So that is one. So when we talk about rupa, okay, whenever we hear this term rupa.
Rupa, okay, for 28.
Great, fantastic. So every time when you encounter a terminology, whether it be directly Abhidhamma or if it's Sutanta, try to link back to Abhidhamma, okay? Because Sutanta is the result, is the consequence, or Apayagata or Vipaka. Nothing could be changed, but if you want to make changes, you got to go back to its original form, and that is Abhidhamma. So some people, when they hear rupa, think about a picture, an image, emotion, or whatever they can see. But rupa, immediately, as people who see kaya, right, we think of rupa 28. You have. And you guys, coming in, you can just, unmute. You can join in anytime, right? And when I ask questions, like, feel free to answer anything freestyle because there's no right or wrong. But actually, all of you here in this room, you guys know Dhamma, and some of you know even more than us. So it's just that the point that I want to head to next might not match with yours, but that's okay. So, but in this case, everyone knows that we break down Rupa into 2 groups. The first group is the original 4. As you know, you have Patavi Mahaputarupa 20, Apo Mahaputarupa 12, Teisho Mahaputarupa 4, and Vayo Mahaputarupa 6. So altogether, you have Agararupa 42, right? But originally, it's Mahaputarupa 4. But with the workings of Citta and Cetasika together, right, there is a reaction or a result that is caused by the interaction between Citta. How many?
24.
24. Okay. Are aware. All right. But let's move on across to Rupa. So, sorry, not Vinaya. I misread my own writing. Can you believe that? Okay. So, Vinyana, right? Vinyana, when you hear this term, there are so many things you could think of. All right. But if I gave you a hint about the thing that the Buddha enlightened, then when I say that, what do you think about when you hear Vinyana? What do you think of?
For the general term or for the Dhamma term?
Okay, so what did the Buddha enlighten? What did he discover? What is it called?
Paticcasamuppada.
Yeah, Paticcasamuppada. So Vinyana is a part of Paticcasamuppada, right? And remember there are 12 parts. Write it down. Okay. So Paticcasamuppada. So Paticcasamuppada is all about the past and the present and the future, right? Because the Mahapodhisatta, became the Buddha because he would like to help us escape from cycles of rebirth. So within Paticcasamuppada, there's the past, like past lives, the present life, and the future lives, which is impossible for us to figure out by ourselves how to escape the system. And therefore, we need the Buddha to show us the way to not having to be reborn again, because without being reborn, we don't have to die. And without dying, we don't have to be. What's the first one? I get to practice my Bali Sankhara, right? What else?
Nama rupa.
Yep. Sankhara, Vinyana,
Nama rupa salayatana.
Salayatana. Salah.
Phassa vedana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a P.
Yeah. Patsa.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Tanha upatana.
Tanha, Upadana. Just getting excited. Okay.
Bhava.
Upadana. Pawa.
Oh,
And what? And Pawa?
Jati.
Yeah, Shati. Oh, this is fun. Okay, and the last part altogether. So, Chara,
Yes.
right? So, Chara, Marana, Soka,
Pariteva.
Paritewa. All right, so 12 of them. Okay. So, when we think about ourselves, we're living day to day, minute to minute, second to second. We can, rightfully say that we are in the present, right? Yeah, we're in the present right now. But we didn't just come from the present, right? Because we came from our parents, and the parents also came from their own parents, and just like that, right? So meaning that we have a place where we came from, and the place, right, is called Atita. So avijja and sankhara. Avijja, we came from the past, and because of avijja, we are programmed to not understand how the world works, how our bodies work, and we also were programmed to not know where we are headed after death. Avijja, right? And then we have vinyana, namarupa, salayatana, patsa, vedana, tanha, upadana, and bhava. These are the present, correct? The present. And finally, we have chati, and then chara, marana. These are, what's the term?
Future.
After we die, we are reborn again. If we don't see katama, then we end up, being born as a niraya being, or peta being, asurakaya being, or as an animal, or tirashana, right? But if we see kaya, then we perhaps could get an opportunity to become human again, manusa. Or if we see kaya a bit more, we can become Tevata, right? Jatu Maharashika, Tawatingsa, Yama, Tusita, Nimma Narati, Paranimita Vasavati. Or we can become like, Brahma, Rupa Brahma. So that's the future. Now, when we are talking about Vijnana, we're talking about the present right here, present. So, for example, is Jaku Vijnana used in the past or used in the present? Jaku Vijnana, and I'm talking about its functionality, right? It's being used, it's being utilized in the present. So that's why Vijnana is in the present in Paticcasamuppada. But it has the history, it has the past, it has Gamma from the past that created this Vijnana. But also, regarding Vijnana, when you hear the terminology, you also think about being born and living the life. We have this terminology here, and it has 32. Can anyone guess? In regard to Vijnana, there are 32 Lokiya Vipaka Vijnana. Occasionally, Ajahn mentioned of this terminology, Lokiya Vipaka Vijnana.
Yes.
Okay, great. Or you're not sure about anything, feel free to. Lokiya Vipaka Vijnana, there are 32 of them. And within these 32 functions, so these two functions, we have one that is used when you are going to be born. Right? And what do we call this? what?
วัติกมะ
When you're being born, when you're ปฏิสันธิวิญญาณ and there are 19 of them. Okay. So with these 19, you use these citta to enter into a new world or the new bhumi, the new life, right? We have in these 19, what are they? Can you review them?
Okay, first of all is อุเบกขาสันติรณะอกุศลวิบาก
Two.
อุเบกขา
Akusala vipaka vinyan, sorry. One.
อุเบกขาสันติรณะอเหตุกะกุศลวิปากะ
Okay.
two.
That's two already.
มหาวิปามหาวิปากะ eight.
Vipaka citta 8. So we have 10 already.
10. And รูปาวจระมหาวิปากะจิตตะ five. And อรูปาวจระมหาวิปากะจิตตะ
Four. Okay, fantastic. That's 19. So with vipaka, right? Vipaka, there's another function, but these and to sustain is for you to sustain life and use the functions in your daily life, and that is ka vinyan or pawatika. How many? Actually, it's two. Yeah, you might think it's like the remaining part, but actually we use all 32. So vipaka, before things turn out to be vipaka, what was it before? What was it used to be called?
Before it's become present, it used to be the past.
Yeah, used to be the past, right? And what's the past?
Atita.
Atita. Okay, keep going. What's the past?
Kamma.
Kamma is the past. All right. So it's really tricky, because when you sikha dhamma, right? Normally you think about vithi citta, and vithi citta you have chawana, right? Chawana is like a factory where you produce akusala kamma and kusala kamma. So kamma is in here. Akusala kamma is caused by akusala citta 12, interacting with cetana, cetasika, and the rest, and you get akusala kamma, right? So you have like kaya kamma tucharita, vaci kamma tucharita, mano kamma tucharita. So that's the akusala side of things. And also, if you sikha dhamma and you do the right things, then you can,
decide. You can decide whether to go further
so you can commit
the way to commit to nirvana.
Yeah, through kusala kamma, right? Kusala kamma is from, maha kusala citta 8, right? We're talking about kama vachara here mainly. So from maha kusala citta 8, with its interaction with cetana cetasika, you would get kusala kamma, right? Kusala kamma, because you have gamma already. Now gamma, once you have gamma, there must be a result. There must be a place where everything is transferred, all the information from Chawana is transferred to, and everything is transferred to Tatalampana. And Tatalampana is the place where you get ready to be born in your next life. Okay. So let's link this back together. So vinyana rupa, right? Normally when you hear vinyana rupa, it doesn't really click because normally we hear the term vinyana citta, vithi citta from the past, vithi citta from the past. So you can remember vithi citta starts with citta pawanka, so it's going to be too large.
They vithi citta atita pawanka.
Yeah.
Yes, I forget, but I have heard that one.
That, but I heard that, okay, you've heard about it before. So that's great. Atita pawanka chalana pawanku pacheta. So now we're going to enter into the first, or the Patama Vithi Citta. What is it called? Panchatawaravara Vachana Citta. Okay. Then we have Tvi Pancha Vinyan. And then what else? Santirana. Then Votapana. Votapana. How do you spell that in Thai?
ต่อปะตัก
ต่อปะ
แต่ที่เหมือนดอชดาต่อปะตักค่ะต่อปะตัก
Okay. Votapana. And then what? And then what? โวทัพพนา
ช
เรา
ว
มาช
นะ
นะ
ชวนะก่อนไหม
ชวนะเอาโวทัพพนาและชวนะ
There are actually 7 shawana, right? So shawana, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you have tatalampana twice. Here's your vithi chitta. All right, so let me for the analogy of
100 and
between like from 0 to 100. 0 to 100, like 0 being us. Have you seen that chart before?
Yes.
You guys have, right? So yeah, so like if you use if you zoom in like on our bodies, right? You know, you don't see us, you don't see Ben, you don't see Mickey anymore, you don't see yourself anymore. You see like molecules and you see atoms and you see
radiation
electrons and nucleus and ray, right? Ray and quarks and whatever. It just keeps zooming in. But this right here, we teach it that. What level is this? Level 100. Level 100. We teach it that. 100, meaning this is actually the past. So before we became us. Before we had this body, we came from a vitichitta, right? Our eyes, ears, nose, throat, tongue, and the body. So everything came as a result of this process here, the process of creation from vitichitta. Level 104. So Vavachana Chitta. You have what is it called? Tamar.
how many chitta how many
So how many Tamaramana are there?
196. 196.
okay
So 196. So let's quickly review what they are. What are okay? So you got Pasatharupa 5, Tamaramana Pasatharupa
16
Su Kumarupa. Have Pasika Tamaramana 52 and Nibbana Ti 1. Panyati. Okay, so that's 196.
so where is vinyana chitta
Yeah.
chitta 100 and vinyana chitta
So you got Vinyana Chitta. Akusala Vipaka. Oh, you got 10, sorry, not 2. Because we're not talking about specific ones. You got 10.
Chakku. There are 2, but we talk in general.
Talk about before we used to talk about, inside of Jakku Wattu, there lies the Jakku Vinyana Chitta too. But actually, when we refer to Jakku Vinyana Chitta, we're actually talking about the past. Okay, that before it became Jakku Vinyana Rupa, we're talking about the past. But the dangerous thing about it is, if we don't understand that Jakku Vinyana is actually Rupa within this form, because when we're talking about us, we're talking about, Kammasharupa. We're talking about level 99, right? When we hear Jakku Vinyana and immediately we think about, Vithi Chitta, we're actually creating the future. So there are 2 roads that you can go. When you see Dhamma, right? It's like a very fine line between going to the past and become enlightened and also going to the future. So when you hear the same terminology, one person can be thinking about the past, like going to, Kammasharupa, Chittasarupa, Utusharupa, Aharasharupa. Within Kammasharupa, you have 18, right? And inside of that, there's, Jakku, Wattu, Sota, Wattu, Kana, Wattu, Shuha, Wattu, Kaya, Wattu, Hataya, Wattu. Inside of Hataya, Wattu, you have 107. Within 107, there are 2 groups. You got 37, and you got the other section, which is 70. So the way that people enter Sotapanna, you got to find out first, where is Sotapanna, right? But if you knew from the past studies of Abhidhamma that Sotapanna, it's inside of Shavana Citta, which isn't wrong, it's true. But the way to enter Sotapanna is not directly through Chavana. You gotta first go back to where you came from, right? When I talk about where you came from, is your home. Your home is your Wattu. You got Jakku Wattu, Sota Wattu, Kana Wattu, Shuha Wattu, Gaya Wattu, and Hataya Wattu. So all these 6 Wattu, these are the places that people call places for Citta to reside. But they're not Citta anymore. That's the thing that Ajahn Suchat has recently revealed. These, at this point now, we are at level 99. So with this material body here, we're at level 0, right? But level 0 is no different from level 1 or level 2, really. If you zoom in, it's still part of you, right? It's still part of you, but it's not called arm anymore. It's not called face. It's not called Ben anymore. It's not called Sankamita or Yemitavi anymore. It's not called Miki anymore, right? It's called molecules. It's called cells first. You got cells, and you got molecules. You got atoms. You got, I don't know, electrons and neutrons and protons, and then at the center you got nucleus, and then you go deep down, you got ray, and then you go down, you get quarks, right? And now there's a theory of string theory, whatever things will be discovered or called, but the essential part of that is level 99, okay?
Okay, we write down level 99.
Okay.
Zoom out first. Zoom out first.
Okay, I think I have an idea. So if you can see this,
Level 100.
Iti Chitta is level 100. All right. And when we are born, okay, suppose this is you or me. All right. So right here, now you got 2 options. Everyone has options, right? One is not Sikhatha, likely go through Manotavan and go to Sangweka and go to Niraya. Okay, we don't want to go to Niraya. So what do? We Sikhathama, right? We Sikhathama so that we can hopefully escape. The thing is, when you Sikhathama, you can Sikhathama so that you can become a better life form, you can become a better Manusa, or you can be born as Tevata or Rupa Brahma or Arupa Brahma. But that's not what we really want, Why do we Sikhathama? We Sikhathama so that we can escape the whole mess here. We want to escape the system of Paticcasamuppada. That's why we got a Sikha at the Samuttatthana level, right? We have to Sikhas at 0 to 99, right? We are 0 right here. We can sum it all automatically. We go to level 100. Exactly. We're going to repeat the exact same process here of Vithi Citta, right here. You know what I mean? This is 100. Now you're right here, Manusa, 0 to 99. But if you
Or we Sikhatama, but we cannot enter.
through the same process. And that's why it's a very special occasion for us in this life to discover this secret pathway to enlightenment, to Sotapanna. You got to first go back to 99. So when you say that, oh, Jakku Vinyan is Jakku Vinyana Citta, that's going to 100. All right. Even if you know a lot of Abhidhamma, you probably won't go to hell, okay, if you know. But you'll be born as Manusa or Tevata. You're still born in Lokiya. You don't want that. You want to go to Lokutara, right? So level 99, this is the key. This is the key. That's why it's important to understand the concept of Rupa.
Into this.
Yeah, all the information from your transform into who you are, right? So level 99 Rupa Samuttatthana, we're talking about Gamma. We have Gamma Shurupa and Agama Shurupa. All are Gamma, all are from the past. When we say the past, this is what we mean because we came from level 100 and you can't not stop it. You cannot stop it. The only way to stop is to Sikaya, and to Sikaya,
Get the path to 99.
especially, the path to level 99 is Samuttatthana. So if you can remember what Samuttatthana are, well, I highly recommend you to review it because it's the key. From now on, Ajahn Suchat is really emphasizing the importance of Rupa Samuttatthana. So Rupa Samuttatthana, what do we have? Inside of Rupa Samuttatthana, we have
Kama Citta Uttara.
Gamma Rupa 18. Gamma Rupa 18. Citta Sharupa. Utu Sharupa 13. all of these came, like Mickey said, right? And with all anekanta, which is also gamma from the past, Tarupa 1.
Plus one.
We have to manage time here. So, O Mahaputarupa, Rupanta Kantariya Rupa, Ahara Rupa, Paricheta Rupa. These 9 are anekanta, right? And these are all the same across the 4 rupa samuttathan.
ภาษาทรูปะ
Oh, the mouse. Go. Oh. Okay. Now with Kamasharupa, right? So the first 9 are anekanta. Anekanta means that all of them actually work across all 4 different parts. Kamasharupa, Chitasharupa, Utusharupa, and Aharasharupa. And then we have
cross-functioning.
cross-functioning because they have to work together. But in Kamasharupa itself, there are 18, right? So meaning there are 9 left, and these are called ekanta. So you have
ภาษาท
ekanta.
รูปะ
Yeah. So you have Chakkupas on the right in full here. So Chakku. Anapasatharupa, Shivhapasatharupa, and then you have
ภาวะ
Parupa too. So you have Pawa Rupa, Purisa Pawa Rupa or Hataya Watu. Yeah, and Shivita Rupa. It's very important. Let's say that we are talking about Jakku. Let's talk about Jakku. Rupa acts like a home to Jakku Pasatharupa is also called Yeah. Jakku Watu. So Jakku Vinyana. It's called Jakku Vinyana Citta, right? But now
is work under that's
here, all of this here is level
99.
Yeah, level 99.
Where all the information be kept in this rupa.
Mm.
It's kept in the rupa, like at the zero level.
Yes. So level 99 right here, right? All these samuttathan, level 99.
Is the you can point out between this and this.
Yes, okay.
So if you are asking about Jakku Vinyana Roop, right? This term.
Jakku Vinyana Rupa.
Okay. Jakku Vinyan, you have to really realize there are two places that you mentioned, 100 or at level 90 or 99, because 99 has become Rupa already.
Mm.
That's why it calls Jakku Vinyana Rupa.
Mm.
Because it's the result of the previous process.
Mm. So we're talking about Rupa right here. Right here.
Yeah, Vinyana
Citta.
It's the same thing. That's why we call it, if we are talking about future, Jakku Vinyan in the future, we also have it.
Also level 100.
Yeah, the same thing.
But so now you know that it's actually Rupa. It's not the real Jakku,
It's the representative.
Like, let alone our eyes aren't even Jakku. Our eyes are not even Jakku. It's just the representation of Jakku. You see, that's why Dhamma is it can be very challenging to study and understand, because there are so many layers that are trying to trick you, In the past, when we used to meditate a lot, right? I used to meditate quite a lot. I used to believe that would help me to achieve enlightenment, but then I realized after years of practicing that it was useless, because the eyes here are actually just something that you use in your pawatika or daily life. Because if you think about it, Jakku, you only have 7 cetasika to work with. You have Phassa cetasika, Vedana cetasika, Sanya cetasika, Cetana cetasika, Ekakhata cetasika, Shivita cetasika, Manasikara cetasika. You don't even have Vitakka cetasika to work with. So your eyes can't even think, your eyes cannot really analyze. the function where you use to analyze things, it doesn't come from your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and your body. So that's why you cannot, nobody can enlighten using jakku, sota, kana, shivaha, kaya. But like I said, there's so many layers. The physical eyes here, like they aren't even jakku. Like, have you ever slept with your eyes open and you still cannot see what's happening around you? You know what I mean, right? Like, or when you're sleeping and somebody is trying to like wake you up, but then you still don't know what's going on. So it's not really a Gaya. Gaya is actually from the past, from Kama. See, Kama Sharupa, we're talking about the past here. So the way that we go back is long, and the key is Rupa is Hataya Watu.
I would be
Oh, okay, great. Good. So I'm gonna pull up a picture for you to see and understand about Hataya Watu or Hataya Rupa. Media. Okay, here we go.
it's in here.
Okay. All right, so Taya Rupa, it is Rupa, but it acts like a place for 107 so-called Citta to reside, right? You can see this picture here. Let's assume that red here is Hataya Rupa. So when we're talking about Hataya Rupa, let's not confuse ourselves with another term similar. It's called Hatayang. Hatayang, which is also called the heart. The heart is the body, but it's actually a part of Patavi Mahaputarupa. It's called Hatayang. But Hataya Rupa is an Upataya Rupa, and it's a place for 107 Citta to reside in. So within these 107, you got two main parts. You got the 37, the outer layer, and you got the 70 inside of Hataya Watu. So when we say that Hataya Rupa is actually the key to become yellow here, I'm sorry, it's in 5. This is where we enter Lokutara. So in Sota Padimaka Citta 5, you can't just suddenly enter Sota Padimaka. You gotta go through pretty much like fight through them. So at the forefront, you have Tosa Mulajita too. On one side, Tosa Mulajita can take you to hell, to Aweji Mahanaraka, right? Because Tosa is an Anantariya Kama. It leads you to go to hell, right? But on the other hand, Tosa is also works for you, not against you, for you in the sense that if you are able to contain or eliminate Tosa completely, then you can reach Anakami level. But Tosa also is beneficial to helping you reach Sotapanna because without Tosa, inside this 7.
Yeah, ini Hataya Watu. You just drag this Mano Tawan.
Oh, okay. Good. What we want to do is we want to see Sotapatimaka through this cycle right here. Boom, 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 boom. And Sotapatimaka can lead you to Lokutara Citta, Phala Lokutara right here. So this is the way you want to end it. But if you fall into the traps of, let's say, Tosa, Tojatuka, Cetasika, or Itza Machariya, or if you Sikhatama a lot, one of the biggest traps is Karuna Cetasika and Mutita Cetasika, because that could lead you to become a Rupa Prama and Hataya Watu into Manotawara, right? And with the purple right here, Manotawara Chit, Manowangka Chitta, Pa Wangka Viti Chitta. You don't want to enter Manotawara like this, right? Because it would just lead you to becoming reborn again and again and again, and it never stops. That's why it's important to distinguish between, Vinyana, Citta, and Vinyana Rupa. When we talk about vinyana citta, for example, jakku vinyana citta, sota vinyana citta, khana vinyana citta, shuha vinyana citta, kaya vinyana citta, we're talking about citta. We're talking about nama. We're talking about level 100, either from the past viti citta, or we're talking about the future viti citta, right?
This is the watta.
And this is watta, right? You
Yeah,
can
this
see
is the
the endless
watta.
cycles. It just keeps going like this. This is viwatta. Viwatta is upon level 99. Okay, you don't go like automatically from 0 to 100. You must intentionally make yourself stumble at level 99. Ma citta utu ahara charupa. Try to reach. Just know that at this level right here, level 99, we're talking about rupa, we're talking about ourselves, we're talking about the past, we're talking about gamma. So jakku vinyana, not citta anymore, it becomes jakku vinyana rupa, sota vinyana rupa, khana vinyana rupa, shuha vinyana rupa, kaya vinyana rupa. We must think in this term. If we think in terms of citta, remember citta is level 100. Cetasika level 100. We're talking about rupa, specifically Kamasharupa, right? This is the way that we can become enlightened. It's the only way that we become enlightened. Yeah, very challenging. This can give you a overarching view of Paticca and how, if we're not careful, we're going to be reborn forever, right? Level 100 to level 1. From level 0 right here, right? When we sikha thama, when in the past we used to say panatipata veramani sikha patang samadhiyami. Just like, okay, this is what the monks say, so we have to not kill animals. But actually, it's not that. If you look into it, there's the word sikhaya as well. When we sikhaya about ourselves, about our bodies, about level 0 to level 99, right? And then we can reach patang, we can reach nibbana, patang today. So yeah, as atita, which is the pachupana. So we go, yeah. All right, guys. So do you have any questions about today's discussion? Is it too confusing, or do you need any more explanation regarding anything?
Is that clear for you? There are actually about vinyana. There are two places where they vinyana placed. So it's about the atita, right? It's in Kamasharupa, or it's in the 100 level. So there are two places. They at level 100 is still citta, right? But once it's become the result of vipaka, it's in rupa. So at level 99.
When we talk about Thammaramana, that's always, we're talking about the future, But we did come from Thammaramana, but that was then. Anyone wants? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, just now you talk about how it affects us in daily life. Can you give an example?
Okay. How does it affect us in daily life? Daily life, in the sense that if we understand what we are dealing with is rupa, that's going to help prevent us from being born in lokiya in the future lives.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about in like practical terms?
Practical term or
yeah. In a practical term, can you give an example like okay, like at Tomai, we know it's Avini Boga Rupa 8.
Yeah.
So like can you give an example of this Chakra Vinyana Rupa in practical term? Yeah.
It's for using. That's it.
It's for using. It's gamma actually. It's never been about Jakku Vinyana Chitta. Let's say that. We've always used Jakku Vinyana Rupa since birth. Jakku Vinyana Chitta was actually the thing that created Jakku Vinyana Rupa. But Jakku Vinyana Chitta is in the past. It's in the past Viti Chitta, right? And it's the cause it's created Jakku Vinyana Chitta that we're using right now from Kamasharupa. And when we see trees, we use Jakku Vinyana Rupa to actually perceive that there are trees. But that doesn't lead you anywhere, because Jakku Vinyana Chitta, as you know, it only has 7 cetasika working with it. So you got Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Eka Kata, ชีวิต Shvita and Manasikara. Only 7, but it doesn't do the analyzing work. It's not like Panchatvara Vachana Chitta, right? That has Vitaka Cetasika. Only has 7. It can only perceive. It can only perceive, but uh, it doesn't take into account that it's a tree. Oh no, it does take into account that whatever we call it, okay? But when it goes to Hataya Rupa doesn't take it as a tree anymore.
It's an information.
It's just an information.
Whether it's kusala or akusala.
Because Panyati from Panyati only takes into account information like Rupa or Chitta or Cetasika. That's it. It doesn't take into account, it doesn't consider the term trees or flowers or humans anymore.
Yeah, I'm not really sure whether I could answer you.
Nicely, but it's
But the point is, what we are talking about here is what we cannot learn this kind of thing from ourselves, right? That's why we're calling Sikaya. If we live our life not Sikaya, so we use our eyes to judge people, right? We use our eyes to judge whether this one is beautiful or not beautiful, whether you like it or you don't like it. So for those who haven't Sikha Dhamma before, so they use their eye just for the sake of their benefit, right? But if you Sikha Dhamma, you see all the process, right? Once you see all the process, you know where the actual eye located. So your real eye is located at 100 level, for example. Right now you stick to this level if you haven't learned from Buddha. So this is the keywords, and this is the terminology that we are using to enter the enlightenment.
Because we're still using translations, or trying to find like practical implications for the real life, it doesn't actually really matter anymore, because you can carry on with your life even if you don't sikha.
Yeah, even though you don't see Dhamma, you still can use your eyes, in the normal process. Really.
But by studying Dhamma, you gain new perspective, and it does help you to look at the world in a different way. Like for us personally, like in the past, okay, when we see a tree, it's just like, okay, it's just a tree. But from now on, we know that it's rupa, and we think in terms of Dhamma. We think in terms of avinipoka rupa 8, and there's Patavi, Apo, Tesho, Vayo, Rupa, Kanta, Rasa, Ahara, Rupa, right? And then, we have avinipoka rupa as well, but we also have Shivita rupa. So that's the difference between living beings and, just your environment. Right.
So let's say from this perspective, everything that you see is from the past, right? But if you look at the trees or something you really like, and you keep imagine, or you go on for your imagination, for example, oh, this tree is beautiful, this thing is beautiful, or you're gonna make it. This tree can become what it calls furniture. So this kind of thing is going to
it's going to become aramana.
Aramana.
And you know what happens with aramana, right?
Yeah.
Aramana is going to lead you to the future. That's why you can look at things in terms of the past or dita, or you can look at things in terms of the present and the future. So how does it affect us, like in our daily life? It changes our perspective completely.
Yeah, this is what Ajahn said. Like before it's become us right now, what did it like work before? Right? What is the process before you can see it? This is the way that Ajahn want us to look at for this perspective. Yes.
Which is very different from before, This year, Ajahn has just revealed this information. Ajahn knew this a long time ago, but he was just waiting if his students would be ready to receive such information, which is actually quite sensitive, for people who study the Pitama for a long time and maybe they're still attached to
the
the old way of looking at things,
Mm.
right? Which is not wrong, there's nothing wrong. It's not incorrect. It is correct. But learning about Utu Sharupa, Ahara Sharupa,
True.
like the way we handle with people, it does help us to overcome things more easily.
Yes.
One more question. So this is very specific questions. Can I also recall which exact date that Ajahn give this Dhamma Desana, which exact date and month this year?
Yeah, about Jakku, Vinyana Rupa, right?
Yes.
It's in May. Ajahn delivered this lesson in May.
Mm.
It's the last lesson. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly which day, but it's the last one in May in Puttapum in India.
Okay, Sadhu Anudam. Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. I just want more information.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you can enter like level 99 right away. You still need a lot of things to go on, especially even though you go into the level 99 doesn't guarantee that you can really get into Sotapati Makha. Right. That's why you have to Sikhaya further along.
Okay, so we can wrap up now because there's a class coming up soon. So anyone wants to give an input? Anyone, any other Dhammacharya? Anyone?
I have one comment
Sure.
for Ajay Metavi. I ask more answer. Lung Ben, Uncle Ben, and Miki very good, clear explanation. First one take for the Patisamupata about Atita, Pachupana, and Anakata. So it's I put one more about Pachupana, about Vinyana, Namarup, Salaya,
Yes,
Yatana, Patsa, Vedana, Tanha, Upatan Pop. In Vinyan, there are two. In one is a look, another is a Kita 121. So in this, Solungben link to the Hataya Watu, right? In the level 9, Hataya Watu, they are Panja Tawara Vachana Kita. Also, this is a Rupa, right? Rupa.
yes.
For Jakku, Vinyana Chitta, normally it is a Chitta, but it's working as a Rupa. Because in there are the 13 Chitta, right? Work for Rupa in Pachupanna. One in Panja Tawara Vachana Chitta. And Tavi Panja Vinyan 10. And 2 for Samdishana Chitta.
Yes. Correct. Yes, Satu.
This is Rupa. So in Jakku Vinyana Chitta Rupa, I think it's at level 99. So it's not go for the level 100. So it is Rupa. And then if we don't know rightly for Dhamma, so we go inside in Manotavara Vajintitan explain. So in the Thamaramana, there are the 21. Both Manotavara Vajachitta and Panjatavara Vajitta, they are at level 99. So that means it is Rupa. เข้าใจไหมเนี่ย
It is Rupa.
Yeah,
เข้าใจไหม
Yes,
I
yes.
understand.
แต่ลุงเบนอธิบายดีมาก very good
Sadhu, yeah.
Yeah,
Chi ma
I
tila chut.
tried. We tried. It's actually a quite a complex topic, and actually Ajahn has just revealed on just the surface level of this, and but I'm sure there's a lot more that he's going to reveal in the future.
Yeah,
Because it's
but you have to know Metavi can understand Thai language very well, right?
Yeah, that's impressive.
สาธุไอเย
Satuค่ะ
Satu everyone. So let's namaskar Aye, right? Namaskar Aye.
Visati Aryamaka,
Namaskar Aye.
Visati Samanya Phala,
Namaskar Aye.
Ekani Bana Kipa Binyan Deche Pranay Pavatikani Turn.
Satu Nawati Upaniti Pantha Namo Thami. So let's namaskar Puttha Jatuparisa Supatipanno สุปฏิปันโน สุปฏิปันโน มหาภิวาทะพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธสหัสสานิวีสติอริยมรรคะวีสติสามัญญพละเอกานิพพานะคิปาปัญญาโรชพลันในปวัติการนิเทินสาธุสาธุสาธุนาวติอุปาณิธิพันธานโมทามิวัฒนา everyone listening thanks for your support
สาธุค่ะสาธุทุกท่านนะคะ
ครับ
สาธุ